Now we're going to make a chart. So scroll up to use your arrow keys to go to cell A2 years, and then hold down shift and select both years, revenue, and the gross income. And while you're still holding shift, use your arrow keys to go to the right to get all the years to the F column. Then let go of shift. And then to make this into a chart, it's Alt F1. And to move the chart, it's arrow keys. Move it to this right place. By the way, to resize the chart, you hold down shift, and then you go, I went up to make it taller, or down to make it narrower, and right to make it bigger, and left to make it smaller. So actually, I like this size though. Now I want to change the title. And if you want to make changes in the chart, with a mouse you'd click the up arrow, there's a green plus in the upper right. But to get to that with a keyboard, it's Control. So to hit the Control once and you get to all the chart elements. And then use the arrow keys. And by the way, the strategy within the chart is tabs and arrows, enters to select things, space bars to put check marks. You'll have to do a little trial and error to get used to it, to get your hands used to it. But right now I'm in the chart elements. I'm using the arrows to go down within here, to go down to the chart title. And then I'm going to hit the right arrow because there's a right arrow shows that it expands. And then I'm going to go down to more options. Once I'm there, I'm going to hit enter. And now the chart title is selected. And I can type in there what I want, which is Archer Daniels Midland Company. So I start to type it, it anticipates it. Notice in the formula bar at the top. So I could keep typing if it didn't anticipate it, but I'm just going to go with the anticipation one and by hitting enter. It's in there. Now I want to have the axes to have labels. The horizontal axis at the bottom to say years, and the one on the left, the vertical axis, to say billions. So I'm going to hit Control again. I'm going to go up to Axis Titles, and there's no check mark in the box yet, and space bar will put a check mark there. Then I'm going to hit the right arrow to expand, and I'm going to go down to more options, and then enter. Now I'm back in the chart, and notice that out in the horizontal, I'm going to type in years. Enter. Now to get back to the vertical, I could hit tab about 15 times, but I'm going to hit shift tab. That's how to go backwards tab, because it's the one right before I just happen to know. So hold down shift and tab, and there it is on the vertical axis title. I'm going to type in billions. Good. Now, the chart, notice that in the horizontal, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of the years. And the years are down as one of the data points. The only reason you don't see it is because they're so small. 2018 is so small compared to billions of dollars. So I got to get it off of being one of the things that I'm charting, and I've got to make it the x-axis. Well, I do that in chart design. Chart design is one of the ribbons up top. So the way to get to all the ribbons is Alt. And chart design is JC. And the one I want is select data. It's about 3/4 of the way across. It's got an E there, so I'm going to hit E. And then notice that years is already selected. And I'm going to go down to it, hit, let's pretend it wasn't selected. I needed to select it. I could hit tab all the way down to the different things that they're charting, and I could select it. Once I've selected it, then I'm going to go back. So shift tab to remove. Notice how there's a blue line around remove. So then if I hit enter, that will remove it. Done. Now I want to add the years as the x-axis. And I'll have to do that over in the horizontal category x-axis. So hit the tab to get over to edit. To hit 4 tabs. And then now the blue line is around edit. Hit enter to go into it. And normally you would hit with the mouse that up arrow to get into the spreadsheet, but we can do the same thing by hitting the up arrow on our keyboard. There, I'm back in the spreadsheet. You can tell which one I'm in. I'm in cell A1 because of the dancy ants. And I'm going to use the arrow keys to go down to the first year, cell B2. And I'm going to hold down shift and go across to all the years, B2 to F2. And then I'm going to let go of shift. And then notice how the OK button has the blue line. So if I hit enter, that will be the OK button. And I'm done. Now I just want to say OK to this select data source. But right now the blue line is around edit, so I have to tab down to OK. Now you'll notice that both 2018 and OK are selected, and that's fine. As long as the OK button has a blue line around it, when I hit enter, it'll OK it. Good. And now the years are all there properly. Now the next thing I want to change is the y-axis, the 2 decimal places. I like 2 decimal places for my original data. I do not like the 2 decimal places in my chart. It makes it look busy. So I'm going to use the tab button. Right now I'm on billions. I'm going to hit tab, and I'm going to keep hitting it until I get to the y-axis. And then I'm going to go to the menu button. The menu button is between Control and Alt on the right side of the keyboard. And then I'm going to hit F twice, because the first time I hit F, it goes to font, because font is underlined. But the second time I hit F, it goes to format axis. Once I'm there, enter. Now, you'll notice on the right side of the screen, right now I'm on axis options. And it's also open up to the correct tab that I wanted, the one for my numbers. So I'm going to tab until I get to those numbers. And then I'm going to hit tab again to go within the one that I've selected. I could use, if I wanted to pick a different one, which I will later, I could use arrow keys to go left or right to go to one of the other tabs, but I'm in the correct one. So to go now into the correct one, I hit tab, and the first one is axis options, but I keep hitting tab, 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 until I get down to the bottom, number. And to accept this number, I'm going to hit the right arrow to expand it. And now, within number, I'm going to hit tab, 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 to the format code. Because I could choose a different category and stuff like that and make my own code, but the code is almost exactly what I want. I just don't want the 2 decimal places. So format code is where I can modify it, just this instance of it. It won't change my original data. So when you see that it's all blue, and I don't want to retype it, I just want to change a couple things. So I'm going to hit the right arrow just to make sure that everything is not selected. And then I'm going to left arrow it until I'm behind the 00 dot. And now I'm going to backspace that 00 dot. And now I want to add this as the format for my numbers. So I'm going to hit the tab button to the add, and then hit the enter on that. Good. Now, another thing is I don't like the orange and gray. I'd like to have it green and blue, and I just want to show you how to do that. So I'm back now in the chart, and I'm selected on the y-axis. I'm going to hit tab. Oh, wait, I'm still on the format axis. Sorry. So I could have escaped out of here, but this is where I want to be anyways, the format axis. So go down to where I was, the number format, the green lines, and then use the arrow keys to go to the paint can. And wait a minute, no, I got to get on the chart. So I'm going to hit escape to get out of this and stay in the chart. And now that I'm just in the chart, you can see because the chart is all selected. And by the way, if I totally got out of the chart, I would hit Control-Alt-5 to get back into the chart. But I'm in the chart, and I'm going to tab into the orange there, the orange one. Now that I'm in there, I'm going to hit the menu key, format data series, that's F, and then I'm going to use, notice I'm now on the right side in the format data series, and I'm going to tab down to the 3 options, paint can, pentagon, and the bars, and I'm going to use the arrow keys to go to the paint can. Then I'm going to hit tab to go down, and the first one is fill, which is what I want. And then I hit the down arrow to go down to automatic, but I'm going to tab from fill into color. Tab twice, and then now I'm on color, and I'm going to hit the down arrow to go to, oops, go back up. I guess I have to hit tab on the color. Nope. I'm going to hit enter. That's what. Enter to get into the color. And now I can choose which color I want. And I want this green color right here. Good. Now I'm going to escape out of the data series of the revenue. Hit escape button. And now I'm back in the chart. You can tell because the chart has circles around the whole chart. And now I'm going to tab over to the gray one, the gross income. then I'm going to hit menu again, and then I'm going to hit format, F for format again, and I'm going to tab down to the 3 options. I'm going to use the arrow to be the paint can. I'm going to tab, 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 tab into color, and I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to pick blue. And then escape. And then escape again. And then escape again. I keep hitting escape until I'm out of all the chart. And to show you that again, if I want to get back into the chart, Control Alt 5, I'm back in, but I'm going to go back out. And my work is done. I'm going to save this, Control S, and I'm going to call it ADM, and I'm going to put it in downloads. And then tab down to the save button.